I'm walking through the market in the pouring rain, trying to find a frequency that doesn't play your pain. But every stranger's shadow has the curve of your face, and every empty alleyway is a holy, hollow space. I try to speak to someone just to hear a different tone, but the silence is a mountain, and I'm climbing it alone. I scrub the kitchen table where we carved our designs, but I can still feel the forever in the grain of the lines. The house is like a canyon or a deep dark well, where every single memory has a story left to tell. I whisper to the curtains, I whisper to the floor, but the ghost of your footsteps doesn't answer anymore. Your name echoes in the back of my throat like a sinking anchor on a paper boat. It bounces off the ceiling, it rattles in the hall, a beautiful wreckage against every wall. I try to be quiet, I try to be still, but your name echoes and it always will. It's a 5-letter fever, it's a 6-string ache. It's the only word left that I can't quite break. I've tried to replace it with moving and gone, but it's the only lyrics in the break of the dawn. It's the rhythm of my pulse, it's the salt in my bread, a silver threaded needle sewing ghosts in my head. And your name echoes in the back of my throat like a sinking anchor on a paper boat. It bounces off the ceiling, it rattles in the hall, a beautiful wreckage against every wall. I try to be quiet, I try to be still, but your name echoes and it always will. Can you hear it in the wind through the trees, in the hum of the city, in the shake of my knees? It's you, it's always you. still take the long way to avoid your street. But I check every face in the crowd that I meet. I bought a new perfume to wash off your scent, but I'm still living in the moments we spent. I changed all the passwords and cleared out the drawer, but I still leave a light on and unlock the door. My friends say I'm doing much better these days, that I finally stepped out of the violet haze. I smile when they're looking, I laugh on the beat, but I'm still dragging us like a ghost through the street. I'm a master of faking, a pro at the lie, but I'm still asking why to a dark, empty sky. The coffee's getting cold on your side of the bed, and I'm still replaying every word that we said. I keep reaching for your hand when the shadows start to creep, but now I'm just a ghost in a house that doesn't sleep. The silence is a sound that I've learned to hate, like a closing door or the hand of fate. I'm walking through the rooms where we used to dance, just a hollow shell of a second chance. And every song we love feels like a funeral march, leaving me favorite sweater in the back of the hall. I couldn't bring myself to touch it, let alone let it fall. It still smells like the Sunday we spent in the rain, before the forever turned into the pain. Now I'm checking my phone for a text that won't come, feeling so loud while my spirit goes numb. They say time is a healer, they say I'll be fine, but they don't know the way you're so tangled with mine. How do I love the only truth I've ever known? How do I breathe in a garden of stone? I'm not getting over, I'm just getting used to being the person you chose to refuse. 'Cause I'm broken without you here, drowning in the song of 1,000 tears. I'm a map with no north, a sky with no blue, just a heart that's forgotten what it's supposed to do. The world keeps moving, but I'm stuck in the hue of a life that ended when I lost you. The light is fading, the bed is empty. I'm just still waiting for the part of me it took to come back home. But I'm just broken. Yeah, I'm broken, broken without you. I'm standing in the kitchen, staring at the steam of a morning cup of coffee. That's a solitary dream. I used to wrap my fingers around the warmth of your palm, back when the world was shaking. You were always the calm, but now the air is biting and the frost is on the glass, and I'm just a witness to the seasons as they pass. I found your winter gloves tucked deep inside the drawer, the ones you said you didn't need to wear anymore. I put them on my shaking hands just to feel a spark, but they're just hollow fabric in the middle of the dark. It's funny how the body keeps a record of the heat while the heart is turning into something bitter and tried the silk, I've tried the open fire, but nothing reaches deep enough to quench this one desire. How do I thaw a spirit that's been buried in the snow? How do I teach these fingers just to finally let you go? I'm a statue in the hallway, I'm a shadow in the street, waiting for a summer that I'm never gonna for the spark, but I'm just making friction in the middle of the dark. Still shivering, still remembering the way it felt to be warm. Sitting at the table where we used to talk for hours, watching all the sunlight die behind the wilted flowers. I wanna scream your name until the windows start to break, but I'm paralyzed by every single breath I have to take. My chest is tight and burning like a building on the rise, but there's no smoke escaping from the corners of my eyes. The neighbors think I'm doing fine, they see me come and go. They don't see the theater or the tragedy below. I'm a master of the mask, I'm a ghost inside a suit, while the pain inside my spirit is a harvest bearing fruit. I open up my mouth to let the agony fly free, but the only thing that comes is just a hollow part of me. And I'm crying without sound, I'm screaming in the dark, trying to find a light, but I can't even find a spark. It's a hurricane of whys and a tidal wave of no, but the surface is as still as the winter and the snow. I'm breaking into pieces, but I'm not making a noise, just a lonely broken heart among the wreckage of our joys. I wish I was a storm, I wish I was a flood, I wish I could just wash away the memory in my blood. But the loudest pain is quiet, and the deepest cut is dry, and I'm starving for the mercy of a real and honest cry. I'm a mountain that is crumbling into a silent sea, where the echoes of your goodbye keep on drowning me. Of our never be told. Shh, can you hear that? That's the sound of me breaking without a word. I'm staring at the space where your picture used to hang, a jagged little ghost of every song we ever sang. I've rearranged the furniture to hide the vacant spots, but I can't untie the memory of these heavy twisted knots. The grocery list is shorter, the hallway feels too wide. I'm living in a kingdom with no one left inside. I tried to fill the hours with the voices on the screen, but they don't know the person that I was when I was clean. Before the addiction of your touch became a ghost, before I became the person that I miss the absolute most. The bed is like an island in a dark and frozen sea, and I'm just a hollow echo of who I used to be. And it's so empty after us, it's a quiet kind of hell, a house that's full of stories with nobody left to tell. I'm a room without a light, I'm a bird without a gust, just a heart that's turning back into the ashes and the dust. The world is getting louder, but I've lost the will to trust God. It's so empty after us. I'd give anything for friction, for a fight, for a flame, for a reason just to scream out the letters of your name. But there's nothing left to break, and there's nothing left to save, just this heavy holy silence, like the bottom of a grave. Walking through the ruins of the plans we used to make, counting every promise that you didn't mean to break. Yeah, it's so empty after us, it's a quiet kind of hell, a house that's full of stories with nobody left to tell. I'm a room without a light, I'm a bird without a gust, just a heart that's turning back into the ashes and the dust. The world is getting louder, it's just empty, so empty. I'm looking at my hands and I can't feel the skin. I don't know where I end or where the walls begin. I used to be a person with a fire in my eyes, but now I'm just the color of the evening as it dies. The mirror shows a silhouette that I don't recognize, just a ghost of a man, girl under heavy hollow skies. Your side of the closet is an empty open wound, and I'm the only flower that the winter didn't prune. I'm losing all my edges, I'm melting into gray, like a letter left in the sun until the ink just drifts away. I try to scream your name, but there's no honey in my throat, just the salt of the sea and an empty sinking boat. I'm fading into nothing, I'm fading into you, losing every part of me that I once thought was true. I'm a vapor in the hallway, I'm a shadow on the floor, just a whisper of the person that you don't love anymore. The world is getting brighter while I'm slipping out of you. God, it's lonely fading until I'm real. Hold me till I'm solid, hold me till I'm real. Give me back the senses and the power just to feel. But your arms are made of memories and your heart is made of glass, and I'm just a season that you're waiting for to pass. I'm becoming the silence, I'm becoming the dark, just a cold dead cinder from a once eternal spark. Yeah, I'm fading into nothing, I'm fading into you, losing every part of me that I once thought was true. I'm a vapor in the hallway, I'm a shadow on the floor, just a whisper of the person that you don't love anymore. The world is getting brighter while I'm slipping out of you. God, it's lonely fading into another valley. Can you see me? I'm almost transparent now. Can you hear me? I'm just a breath on the wind. I'm going, I'm going, I'm I'm looking at the ink on the back of my wrist. a promise of always that doesn't exist. We built a cathedral out of whispers and sand, but it crumbled to dust right inside of my hand. Now the keys in the lock make a different sound, like a hollow confession falling down to the ground. You said we were written in the stars in the sky, but even the brightest of galaxies die. I'm packing the sweaters that still smell like us, turning the gold back into the rust. It wasn't a fire, it wasn't a crash, just a slow motion burning of a life into ash. And it's killing me knowing that forever was temporary, just a beautiful lie that we both had to carry until death do us part. That didn't make it here, drowning in silence and the salt of a tear. I believed in the always, I believed in the we, but forever was temporary for you and for me. How do you unlearn the way that you breathe? How do you stay when you're desperate to leave? You were my north and you were my home. Now I'm a king on a cardboard throne. I'm holding the pieces of a broken glass vow. Wonder where the weather forever in me. Yeah, it's killing me knowing that forever was temporary, just a beautiful lie that we both had to carry until death do us part. That didn't make it here, drowning in silence and the salt of a tear. I believed in the always, I believed in the we, but forever was temporary for you and for me. The clock is still ticking, the sun's coming up, but there's nothing but bitter in the bottom of the cup. It was supposed to be always, it was supposed to be true, but forever just ended with you. The calendar says it's been a year since you walked out, but I'm still living in the wreckage of the same old doubt. They told me time would stitch the seams and dull the blade, but the colors of the bruises are the only things that stay. I read the books and prayed the prayers to let you go, but my chest is still a garden where the winter wants to grow. I saw your car at the stoplight on a rainy Tuesday night, and I forgot how to breathe until the signal turned to light. My pulse is like a record player skipping on a name, playing back the memories of a life that's not the same. They say the body fixes every cut and every bone, but my spirit's got a fracture that has left me all alone. And I think my heart forgot healing, it forgot the way to mend. It's stuck on the chapter where we reach the bitter end. Every morning is a battle just to keep the ghost away, but I'm losing to the silence at the closing of the day. I'm a house that's staying broken, I'm a wound that's always peeling. Heaven help me now, 'cause my heart forgot healing. I'm tired of the how I use, and that you'll find someone new, when the only thing I'm finding is another shade of blue. How do you teach a stone to be? How do you make it whole when you walked away with every single piece of my soul? There's no moving on, there's just moving through the dark, searching for a fire that'll never find a spark. Yeah, I think my heart forgot healing, it forgot the way to mend. It's stuck on the chapter where we reach the bitter end. Every morning is a battle just to keep the ghost away, but I'm losing to the silence at the closing of the day. I'm a house that's staying broken, I'm a wound that's always peeling. Heaven help me now, 'cause my heart forgot healing. Still bleeding, still needing, still waiting for the ache to subside. But the medicine is gone, and the pain is still inside. Yeah, it forgot, it just forgot. I reached across the console in the car today to touch your shoulder in the usual way, but my fingers met the fabric of an empty seat, and the coldness of the winter felt like a defeat. I'm still leaning into spaces where you used to stand, with a heavy heart and a phantom hand. The coffee's still brewing for a count of two. I'm still buying the wine that was picked by you. I caught myself laughing at a joke you'd make before I remembered the silence and the ache. It's a muscle memory that I can't quite kill, like a compass pointing to a heart that's still. They say let it go, like it's easy as breath, but I'm terrified of this quiet living death. If I close my fist, do I lose you for good? Would I stay in this vacuum if I only could? But the wind blows through me and the shadows are thin, and I don't know where our sins and lonely begins. Yeah, I'm holding empty air. I'm grasping at the dark, trying to catch a flicker of a dying spark. My arms are wide open, but there's nothing to feel, just the weight of the almost and the never quite real. I'm a portrait with no frame, a sky with no blue, just a fool holding empty air, looking. My hands are so cold, the space is so wide. I'm reaching for the version of me that died. Nothing but dust, nothing but ghost. The thing that I'm holding is what I miss most. I bought a new chair just to fill up the space, but it doesn't have eyes and it doesn't have a face. I've scrubbed every floor and I've painted the hall, but the ghost of your laughter still lives in the wall. They say that the seasons are meant to revolve, but this is a puzzle that I'll never solve. I went to the movies to sit in the dark, to escape from the silence that's left such a mark. But the couple in front of me leaned in so close, and I felt like a shadow on the rainbow. The credits were rolling, the lights turned to gold, but I'm still outside in the bitter and cold. And lonely feels permanent. It feels like a skin that I can't wash away, and I can't live within. It's not just a season, it's not just a phase, it's a fog that has settled for all of my days. I'm a house with no windows, a sky with no blue. God, lonely feels permanent without you. I'm tired of trying and moving along when the me that was happy is already gone. Is there a word for this weight in my chest? A heart that's been hollowed and can't find rest. I'm not getting better, I'm just getting used to the part of my spirit you went and refused. Hell only feels permanent. It feels like a skin that I can't wash away, and I can't live within. It's not just a season, it's not just a phase, it's a fog that has settled for all of my days. I'm a house with no windows, a sky with no blue. God, lonely feels permanent without you. It's the new normal, it's the way that I breathe. Since the moment you decided to leave, forever is quiet, forever is gray, and the lonely is here, and it's going to stay. The door is still shut, but the air feels wide open. A graveyard of promises we should have kept spoken. I'm standing in the hallway right where you turn, watching the bridges we both slowly burn. You took all your boxes, you took all the light, but you left me the ghosts of our very last fight. I checked the map, but the roads have all shifted. The fog in my head hasn't settled or lifted. I'm looking for us in the me that is left, a victim of love and a witness to theft. You're already miles into someone else's day, while I'm stuck in the second you started to sway. And I'm lost between goodbye and whatever comes next, trapped in the bubble of an unsent text. I'm too far to hold you, but too close to let go, caught in the middle of a yes and a no. The world's moving on, but I'm frozen in time, in the empty space between your life and mine. Is there a name for this nowhere land, where I'm reaching for air and I'm touching your hand? It's not quite an ending, it's not quite a start, it's just the slow tearing of a tethered up heart. I'm a bird in a cage with the door swinging wide, but I've forgotten the feeling of the world outside. Between goodbye and whatever comes next, trapped in the bubble of an unsent text. I'm too far to hold you, but too close to let go, caught in the middle of a yes and a no. The world's moving on, but I'm frozen in time, in the empty space between your life and mine. Halfway to gone, halfway to staying, just a desperate soul who's tired of praying. The echo is loud, the silence is blue, and I'm still lost, looking for you. I didn't hear a slam door or a ties on gravel sound. There was no lightning strike or shaking of the ground. I just woke up to a temperature that wasn't there before. A little extra space between the window and the floor. The air is thin and hollow, like a lung that cannot fill. The house is standing upright, but the heart of it is still. I looked into the mirror, saw a stranger in the glass, watching all the some days turn to never. but the sky just turned to gray, and love left quietly while I looked the other way. I'd have fought a war for you, I'd have bled to make you stay, but how do you catch a spirit that just melts into the day? How do you hold a shadow? How do you stop the sand when the forever that we promised just slipped right through my hand? It wasn't with a bang, no, it wasn't with a fight. It was just a candle dying in the middle of the night. Love left quietly, it didn't say a word. The saddest kind of story is the one that goes unheard. No grand finale fire, no crashing of the sea, just a slow and steady fading of the you inside of me. I was waiting for the storm, but the sky just turned to gray, and love left quietly while I looked the other way. No footsteps on the stairs, no I love you in the air, just the dust settling down, just the silence in this town. I found your old watch in the pocket of my coat, and a half-finished sentence on a crumbled up note. It didn't hit like a hammer or a bolt from the blue. It just felt like a shadow that was shaped just like you. The sun's coming up through the blinds on the floor, painting ghosts of the life that we don't live anymore. I walk past the cafe where we had our first fight. The neon was humming in the cool of the night. It wasn't a sting, no, it wasn't an ache, just a slow, steady shiver that I couldn't quite shake. It's the way that your name tastes like sugar and salt, a beautiful tragedy that wasn't our fault. And the memories hurt softly like a velvet lined blade. I'm losing my mind in the light and the shade. They don't come with a scream, they don't come with a cry, just a whisper of maybe and a quiet goodbye. It's a gentle destruction, a slow motion fall. God, the memories hurt softly, but they hurt most of all. I'm not drowning in fire, I'm just soaking in rain, getting used to the rhythm of this elegant pain. It's a lullaby sung by a voice I still miss, telling me forever was a moment like this. I'm a house made of glass in a world made of stone, learning how to be home. they hurt most of all. Softly like the snow, softly like the breeze, bringing me down to my trembling knees. I remember it all. I remember it's soft, but it's still breaking me. The neon sign across the street is flickering in blue, mapping out the patterns of the things I didn't do. Every hour's an ocean, and I'm drifting from the shore, checking for your shadow underneath the bedroom door. The city's finally quiet, but my mind is screaming loud. I'm searching for your spirit in a mid-Marie-shaped cloud. I found a strand of hair on a pillowcase today, a tiny piece of us that didn't wash away. I held it like a lifeline until my knuckles turned to white. Now I'm just a witness to the dying of the light. It's funny how the darkness makes the missing feel so real, like a wound that's wide and open that refuses now to heal. Yeah, the midnight tears fall like a heavy summer rain, trying just to wash away the sudden all the pain. The world is fast asleep while I'm wide awake and torn, waiting for a daylight that'll never be reborn. I'm drowning in the hours, yeah, I'm sinking in the stone where the stars go out and the midnight tears fall. They say the moon is lonely 'cause she's got no one to hold, but at least she has the stars to keep her from the cold. I just got this phone screen and a list of missed calls, and the sound of my own heartbeat bouncing off the walls. I'm haunted by the maybe, and I'm broken by the no. Still holding on to pieces where I should have let go. Yeah, the 4 a.m. Sky is gray, but the tears don't ever go away. Just another night without you. The calendar is moving, but the air is standing still. I'm watching the sunlight creep across the windowsill. I didn't lose you all at once, in a storm or in a fight. It's just a little less of us every time I turn the light. The scent of you is fading from the sweater on the chair, and I'm reaching out for something that's no longer really there. I found a movie ticket in the pocket of my jeans, a relic from a chapter of the life that's in between. I'm forgetting how your laughter sounded late on Friday nights, and the way your shadow tangled in the glow of city lights. It's a quiet kind of torture, a slow and steady I'm sitting in the kitchen as the morning light creeps in, tracing all the places where your touch has always been. I'm making conversation with the shadows on the floor, pretending I don't hear the ghost of you walk through the door. My voice is steady and my hands aren't even shaking, but you'd never guess the sound of a spirit that's aching. I saw our favorite movie on the television screen. I didn't look away, I didn't even make a scene. I'm a master of the I'm okay, a pro with the disguise, hiding all the shipwrecks in the corners of my eyes. The world sees a mountain standing tall and standing still, but they don't see the landslide on the other side of the hill. And I'm quietly breaking inside, piece by tiny piece, waiting for a white flag or a moment of release. No thunder in the hallway, no crashing of the glass, just a slow and steady fading. And the days as they pass, I'm a house that's still standing, but the foundation's gone, just quietly breaking inside from the dusk till the dawn. I wish I was a storm, I wish I was a flood, I wish I could just scream the silver right out of my blood. But the loudest kind of hurting is the kind that makes no sound, like a feather or a teardrop hitting the frozen ground. I'm a beautiful disaster that nobody can see, caught up in a cage and I've swallowed the key. Yeah, I'm quietly breaking inside, piece by tiny piece, waiting for a white flag or a moment of release. No thunder in the hallway, inundation of the glass, just a slow and steady fading of the days as they pass. I'm a house that's still standing, but the foundation's gone, just quietly breaking inside from the dusk till the dawn. Not a whisper, not a word, the saddest song that was never heard. I'm still here, but I'm falling apart in the absolute silence of a breaking heart. The sun went down an hour ago, but the room is still dark. I'm sitting in the corner, trying to find a spark. But the light doesn't act like it used to back then, when your laugh was a lantern and I was a 10. Now the shapes on the floor are stretching so tall, like they're trying to climb up the cracks in the wall. I moved your old mirror to the back of the hall, but I still see a silhouette whenever I fall into the habits of us and the we that we were, before every memory became just a blur. The coffee is bitter, the morning is gray, and the ghost of your presence won't flicker away, and the shadows stay longer since you walked away. They're holding the ground where you used to stay. The evening is heavy, the twilight is deep, and the promises made are the ones I still keep. The sun might be rising for everyone else, but the shadows stay longer for me by myself. They say that the light is the cure for the dark, but what do you do when you've lost every spark? The silhouette of goodbye is burned on the floor, and I can't find the handle to any open door. I'm a sundial broken in a world with no light, just a permanent shade in the middle of the Yeah, the shadows stay longer since you walked away. They're holding the ground where you used to stay. The evening is heavy, the twilight is deep, and the promises made are the ones I still keep. The sun might be rising for everyone else, but the shadows stay longer for me by myself. Stretching out, pulling me in to the places where us used to begin. The light is gone, the dark is home, and the shadows are never leaving me alone. the cracks on the ceiling tonight, chasing the ghosts in the pale moonlight. I used to find peace in the quiet we shared, back when I knew that you actually cared. But now the walls are leaning in close, and the things you didn't say hurt the most. The clock on the mantle is ticking so loud, like a hammer that's building a box out of clouds. I open my mouth, but the air won't come through. I'm suffocating on the ghost of you. Your keys on the counter, your coat on the chair. Everything's here, but you're just not there. And the silence feels heavy, like a weight on my chest, like a heart that's been screaming and can't find no rest. It's the sound of the goodbye you never quite said. It's the echo of forever trapped inside of my head. I'm sinking in the stillness. I'm drowning in the blue. God, the silence feels heavy when I'm looking for you. I take the shouting, I take the rain, I take the thunder to cover this pain. Just give me a whisper, just give me a spark. Anything's better than this cold, hollow dark. But the air is like lead and the shadows are deep, and I'm losing a promise I thought we would keep. Yeah, the silence feels heavy, like a weight on my chest, like a heart that's been screaming and can't find no rest. It's the sound of the goodbye you never quite said. It's the echo of forever trapped inside of my head. I'm sinking in the stillness. watching you across the dinner table light. But you're 1,000 miles away from me tonight. We're talking about the weather and the neighbors down the street, while the ground is giving way beneath our tired feet. I reach out for your hand, but you move it to your glass. Just another tiny moment that we're letting pass. Tell me secrets like they were gold to keep, and now you're drifting off to islands in your sleep. I'm memorizing lines upon your face I used to know, searching for the person that I can't quite let go. It's not a sudden wreckage, it's not a violent crash, it's just a fire turning into cold and grayish ash. And it's killing me how I'm slowly losing you. Like the morning sun is drinking up the dew. One word at a time, 1 inch every day. I'm watching all our always just wither away. I'm holding on so tight that my fingers start to blue, but I'm still slowly losing you. I'd rather have the lightning, I'd rather have the rain than the steady quiet leaking of the blood out of my veins. Stop being kind and tell me that it's over. Tell me now, instead of making me a witness to this broken-hearted vow. You're slipping through my arms like water through a sea, and I don't have any pieces left of us to give. It's killing me how I'm slowly losing you. Like the morning sun is drinking up the dew. One word at a time, 1 inch every day. I'm watching all our always just wither away. I'm holding on so tight that my fingers start to blue, but I'm still slowly losing you. A little less of us today, a little more of me. I'm drowning in the inches of this empty, open sea. You're almost gone. a ghost of a letter, a time travel map to when things were much better. I still buy the groceries you liked on the shelf, and I'm having these long quiet talks with myself. The calendar's lying, it says it's July, but I'm stuck in the winter of our last goodbye. I retrace the steps to the park on the hill, where the world was our own and the city was still. I'm looking for footprints you left in the grass, waiting for shadows of us just to pass. Everyone's telling me, look to the light, but I'd rather go back to our very last night. And I'm waiting for yesterday, holding my breath, in a beautiful house that's been scared half to death. I don't want the future, I don't want the new, I just want the version of me that had you. The clock's moving forward, but I'm standing still in a dream of a moment that time couldn't kill. Yeah, just waiting for yesterday. They say that the now is the only thing real, but they don't know the hollow, the cold that I feel. Tomorrow's a stranger with nothing to say, while yesterday's home just a heartbeat away. So I'll sit on the porch till the sun starts to set, chasing the sunrise, just I'm orbit last alone. The tea is still warm, the light is still on. I'm pretending the morning hasn't quite come. Just one more minute, just one more year, back when the then was the only thing here. I'm practiced at the smile, I've got the nod down pat. I know how to sit and have a little bit of small talk chat. When they ask me how I'm doing, I don't even have to think. I just pour another coffee and I stare into the sink. But my ribs are feeling heavy like they're made of rusted lead, tying down the ghost of every word we never said. I'm a master of the mask, I'm the king of the disguise, hiding all the wreckage behind two hollow eyes. two-syllable lie that's crushing my chest. 1,000 pounds, but maybe it's all for the best. I'm carrying the anchor of a love that didn't stay, and dragging it through every I'm okay. The world sees a man standing tall in the light, but I'm collapsing under the weight of I'm fine tonight. The grocery store clerk says, have a nice day. I give a little wave as I'm turning away. The simple act of breathing feels like climbing up a hill, while the part of me that loved you is perfectly still. I'm tired of the acting, I'm tired of the play, of pretending that the sky isn't permanently gray. It's a heavy kind of armor, it's a burden on the soul, trying to act like I'm a person who is still somehow. If I told the truth, would the floor just give in? Would the neighbors see the cracks underneath my skin? But it's easier to lie than to let the water out, so I'm choking on the words that I'm dying to shout. Yeah, it's the weight of I'm fine that's pulling me across the jagged, broken line. It's a two-syllable lie that's crushing my chest. 1,000 pounds, and maybe it's all for the best. I'm carrying the anchor of a love that didn't stay, and dragging it through every I'm okay. The world sees a man standing tall in the light, but I'm collapsing under the weight of I'm fine tonight. I'm fine, I'm okay. Just let the curtain fall, I can't carry it at all. Leaves so heavy, thumping bass like a tired heartbeat. I'm walking through the architecture of a ghost, in the house where I used to be the happy host. The dust is settling like a shroud on every chair, and I'm breathing in the echoes of the words we didn't spare. They say melancholia is a desire to linger in the shadow of a love that's no longer there. And I'm drowning in this haunted melancholia, searching for the girl I used to know before I knew you. It's a summer minor key kind of way to slow dance with a memory that's arrived too late. I'm a prisoner of the what-ifs and the might-have-beens, lost in the static of the spaces in between, just me and my haunted melancholia. There's a sighing in the melody of the wind tonight, telling me that everything is far from alright. I see your face in the silver hallway glass, watching the seasons and It's not a bitter kind of fire, just the cold, damp ashes of a dead desire. And I'm drowning in this haunted melancholia, searching for the girl I used to know before I knew ya. It's a somber, monarchy kind of way to slow dance with a memory that's arrived too late. I'm a prisoner of the what ifs and the might have beens, lost in the static of the spaces in between just me and my haunted melancholia. Vulnerability is the only way through, but the deeper I go, the more I find of you. You're the floorboards creaking, you're the flickering light, you're the reason I can't close my eyes at night. It's a noble sadness, a tender-hearted ghost. I'm the one who stayed when I should have left the most. Haunted melancholia. I'm sitting on the floor of our first apartment with a box of origami paper and a heavy heart. I'm folding up the scraps of every argument, trying to find the place where we fell apart. I used to hang them from the ceiling with a silver thread, a galaxy of wishes dancing over our bed. But the string has snapped and the tape is dry, and I'm watching my universe fall from the sky. They're just yellowed edges and sharp folded lines, the ghosts of a forever that outran the signs. I'm stepping on a nebula of crumbled dreams, while the silence is ripping through all of the seams. They're just paper stars and promises, brittle and thin, a fragile little heaven that I'm shivering in. I try to make them shine, I try to make them stay, but a paper made love just drifts away. One for the always, one for the true, 1,000 little stories that didn't reach you. I'm sweeping up the cosmos, I'm cleaning the floor of the paper stars and promises that don't glow anymore. There's a crease in the middle of our favorite night, a permanent mark from a long distance fight. I cheapest kind of heaven that we ever